claiming the game was over, then ripped out the goalpost. It was declared a no match.
At the crucial moment of the game, when I thought we were going to win, all I can remember was the goalpost running past me, going up the ground. So,
most amazing thing I've ever seen in all my football career, that's for sure. To see so many on, and then, of course, they couldn't do anything, and then the police had to escort the umpire off the ground.
Collins took the mark about 15 metres out. The crowd came onto the ground. I looked around. The posts were gone. The flags were gone.
I was the boundary umpire that day. Yeah, I've never been so terrified in all my life as when the crowd started to get a bit excited.
There's more to this than just a football match, isn't it? There's that fence between North and South.
well, yes, it does rivalries. It would make Melbourne-Sydney rivalry pale into insignificance, really.
John Devine, who in later years coached Geelong, had to face the frenzy of a hostile crowd whipped up by his rival coach, Wynyard's fast-talking John Coughlin, who still blames the umpire.
He's the worst umpire I've seen, and you ask anyone, Max, you jump the fence and go around and ask these supporters what they thought of the umpire that day, and they'll all say he was a poor umpire.
Well, John, you thought he was pretty good.
I've never yet seen a supporter that thought the umpire did a good job yet, or a coach, or a losing coach that ever thought the umpire did a good job yet.
We're in front. We're 5 points up at this stage.
1 point.
1 point.
1 point up.
I'm
Now, let's get out. Don't ruin a good story with the facts.
We're up.
Right?
In nearly an hour of madness, Wynyard's Phil Dell waited for his opponent to take his kick.
And I stood there, and I realised then that Dickie had put the ball up his jumper and sat down in the crowd. And I lost sight of him, and I don't know how long it was, but I do know that Wynyard players came out and got me off the ground later on because they'd already been in and showered and changed. And
The safest place for the ball, and with the many people around, they simply just placed it under and stuck it up the jumper.
Dickie kept it under his jumper even on the train home, and has still got it. 24 years later, he's come back to take his kick. What do you think, either of you, that today's proceedings will finish the issue? We'll have a result in the match that you'll both go home happy with?
No. What will happen today? You just started all over again? You shouldn't have come over, Max. Hey? Why come over? By the way, Max, when did we get paid, me and John? Can you tell us that?
The locals have rolled up in their hundreds, taking the necessary precautions, and it's impossible not to take sides. I shouldn't show that I vote for North Hobart as a kid and all that great Bailey and Dickie.
It's all over. Can you give me the money and I'll go now?
No, the torpedo ticket's falling short. And Dickie Collins, I think it is.
It is a gimme. In the old days, they take the ball up.
The crowd are coming onto the ground.
no hope. Don't kick it.
Kick it, poor kick. For Christ's sake, don't kick it, Cora. I go off the side of the kick. Look out.
That's a goal! Congratulations, mate. Congratulations.
Great kick. I knew you'd never miss.
Johnny, do you want to congratulate him?
No, it went over the post.
Went over the post!
He waved 2 or 1. One a rerun. 2 out of 3.